Hello and welcome to Edlong Public School. Welcome back to families that already have children at our fabulous school, and a warm welcome to all our new families whose children are starting kindergarten in 2021. My name is Jodie Jamieson and I'm one of 4 kindergarten teachers at Edlong. I'm here today to talk about how children learn to read and write at Edlong Public School. Children begin kindergarten with varying exposure and skills around literacy. To assess where the children are at to begin formal learning, we use the Best Start assessments, which are used throughout New South Wales. This assessment will be done early in 2021. It helps teachers to group children in small groups, usually 3, to begin to learn to read and write according to their knowledge and skill level. The process involved in early learning in reading and writing are very similar and overlap. Students need to understand the following concepts about print as they begin to acquire the skills necessary to begin to read and write. Reading concepts are knowing writing tells the story, that writing goes from left to right, that writing is broken up into words by spaces. We read words from left to right. Words are made up of letters. Letters represent sounds, and when we see a word, we must say something. Similarly, the writing concepts are knowing writing tells the story, that writing goes from left to right. Writing is broken up into words by spaces. We write words from left to right, and words are made up of letters. We write letters to represent the sounds that we hear. When we hear a word, we must write something. Many studies about teaching children reveal that explicitly teaching children skills in small groups is far more effective than whole class instruction, as the children are taught targeting their skill development at their point of need. The process of teaching writing is firstly to provide a stimulus to encourage conversation. From this conversation, a sentence is chosen to write. The sentence is repeated several times and 3 words are chosen to work on. Firstly, a word to learn for the children to practice writing several times on a whiteboard. Secondly, a word to stretch and listen for letter sounds for the children to record with the help of a letter card. And finally, a word with more than 1 syllable to clap and to break up. The teacher records the whole sentence while the children use their whiteboards to practice. Guided reading lessons are again presented to a small group of children at a similar skill level. The teacher provides a supportive orientation explaining what the book is about, looking through the book and practicing any tricky words or new phrases. The children then attempt to read the book, which in the beginning stage of instruction involves a repeated phrase to remember. The emphasis in early instruction is on pointing to words as they read. After reading the book, a word is chosen to construct with magnetic letters. Using correct directionality from left to right, correct orientation so that the letters are around the right way, and sequencing. The word is then written by the children, copying correct letter formations. Reading and writing groups change as children progress and move to higher reading levels. Right, by now you're probably wondering, what are all the other children doing while small group instruction is happening? The other children are working through several rotational group activities. It is important that the children can complete these activities independently. At the beginning of the year, this may look like Play-Doh, time on educational apps on tablets, jigsaw puzzles, some literacy activities, cut and paste work, some letter matching and reading or looking through books. As the year progresses, the activities they are completing become more challenging as their skills in literacy develop. Instructional reading and writing are not the only literacy learning that goes on in a kindergarten classroom. We also do shared reading. We do reading 2, independent reading, independent writing, text type writing, and lots of modelling. We have a phonics program that we use called Sound Waves that support the children's learning of the letters and the sounds that they make. We also do home reading and handwriting. What can you do? Read to your child. Be an example. Let your children see you reading and writing. Talk about letters and the sounds that they make. When children are beginning kindergarten, they are often not yet familiar with letters and sounds. When reading with your child, keep in mind that they will not yet be able to attempt new words using letter sound knowledge. Meaning is the strongest source of information, so prompt your child by asking what would make sense. The picture is also a vital source of information when beginning to read. Also, value your children's attempts to read and write. We will now show you an early reading and writing lesson, which hopefully will help you make sense of all the information that we've given you today. I've got a basket, and I've got some things inside the basket, and I can see a jug in the basket. What can you see in the basket, Chelsea?
An egg.
I can see, say the whole sentence, I can see
An egg.
in
The basket.
Say it with me, please.
I can see a jug in the basket.
Say it again. I can see a jug in the basket. Good job. If we're going to write, I can see a jug in the basket, what is the first word we need to write? I. Do you know how to write I?
Yes.
Show me I. Show me I. Good job. Rub them out. You've got a rubber there. Rub them out. Rub out I. I'll keep the story. You can practice on your whiteboard. I. What's our next word? Read to find out. I can. Do you remember how to write can?
No.
No. Can you find can in the yellow box? Can you find can in the yellow box, Jasper? Put your finger under it. Which one is it, Chels? Yes. Write it on your board. Write it on your board. Good job. Can. Write can. Excellent. Rub it out. Remember our sentence is I can see a jug in the basket. What is our next word?
In.
I can
see.
Good. You know how to write good? You put yours around the wrong way. There we go. You know how to write good, Skylar? Yes, that's it. Good job. Write it. J. Good. Jug.
I know it's done.
Rub out jug.
I just rubbed it out.
Good. Where to find our next word? I can see a jug
in.
In. Do you know how to write in?
Yes.
Can you find in?
In.
It's in the red box. Look in the red box and see if you can find in. Can you find in? Okay, write it down on your board.
Basket.
Basket's a long word. We're not even going to try and write it. What we're going to do is to clap it and listen to how many parts. So put your text down and say basket and clap it with me. Basket. Again. Basket. How many parts does basket have? How many parts, Jasper?
2.
2 parts. Watch me write basket. Bas. What's the first part? Ket. Basket. We'll stop. Right, what we wrote today. You don't need, you don't need to write basket. Write that out. I just want you to read what we wrote today. Let's go. I can't hear.
I can
See a jug in the for a toy. Turn the page. Turn the page, Jill. The man shows Bella some rabbits, and look up here with your eyes. Put your finger under the first word there and practice this with me. Here are the rabbits. But Bella says, come down here. No, thank you. Turn the page. Now he shows us some dolls. Let's not read yet, we'll just go through it. Here are the dolls. Off you go.
Bella
Going
is
to you.
looking for a toy. Here are the rabbits.
Just come back here. You said is. Is.
No,
What would you expect to see for it
you
is?
said Bella.
Would you see it it at the beginning?
Here are
And I?
the
Have a look.
dolls.
It says darling. Here are.
Said men. No, thank you, said Bella.
Said.
Bella looked at the
You said the
big box.
man. Can I look in here?
Said Bella.
Here.
Bella looked in
You wrote that word today. Do you remember the word you learned to write?
big box.
The. What's he showing here?
Oh.
Go down and then put the cross on. Write a T. No, I want you to do it again. You started at the bottom. Start at the top of the T, please. That's the way. Right, now the H. Watch carefully. We start at the top or bottom?
Top.
Always at the top. Watch. Down with the stick. Up and over. It's a tall letter. As tall as your T. Up and over. Good. Now an A. Watch carefully. Start at the top or bottom?
Top.
Start with a C. See how it looks like a C? But join it up and then come down with the stick. Like a C. Join it up. Down with the stick. Really good. Really good. And what letter comes after the A?
N.
N. Watch. Start at the bottom or top?
Top.
Down with the stick. Up and over for N.
And next
what's
is
the last letter in the word
K.
K. A kiki K. Ready? Tricky letter to write, so watch me carefully. No, I don't want you to write it until you see me write it, Chelsea, so you know how to write it properly. It's tall, like your H and your T. Watch. Before you write it, take that away. Before you write it, you need to watch me, Jasper. Watch. Down with the stick. Up and over and kick. Right, a tall, kicky K.